Yeah. Bia, Bia. Running through his mind all day, I'm tired. I'm the boss now, do higher. Hang the phone up, I'm so wired. Couldn't sleep, my floor's too high up. I got keys, that girl's on fire. Who's the boss? I got 5 on me, like what's the cost? I'm at 5 hotel in a suite, I'm lost in white. Get down sheets, I got stripes on my cheeks. Hermes fur on my feet, I'm a lead. I ain't giving nothing back, and I'm gone so far, I ain't coming back. I ain't giving nothing back, and I'm gone so far, I ain't coming back. We burning up, every time we hear me, we turning up. Every time you see me, I look like bugs. Pound my friends in a big black truck. I'm Vanessa, I like salsa, I'm a dancer, You pay fees for my big show, in Ibiza, for my leisure. I don't do arguments in my relationships, I'm lit. You don't want me standing on this and say something, I'm rich. It don't make no sense how I make this, I'm lit. I don't do two-face unless the face card on my wrist.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Taken at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. To the 22-yard line. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
They forced 7 turnovers.
How many?
7.
7.
I mean, think about that number now. That's supposed to be a lucky number, right? Lucky for one side, unlucky for the other.
Well, they go play action. Here's Levis sliding out of the pocket. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll be out right at the 35. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it to slot receivers? But the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there. Showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Play action now. Levis. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Dayo Odengbo just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now, before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing on 2nd and long. Levis. That's caught downfield by Addison. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Levis to throw it. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another nice Cardinals gain 13 yards that time and another first down.
That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
The Cardinals sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now 2nd and 3.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down.
And Levis going to change the play.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. That is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. And now they'll shift things around. Cook will take this one in. It's a Cardinal touchdown.
Like what we saw right there, good running down near the goal line because that was a really good drive. They were able to possess the ball, have some early success moving it downfield, and then clearly the most important thing, finishing things off with the ball in the end zone.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0.
Seven 0 is our score. Ready for the dynamic kickoff as this one's away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson.
That'll be complete to Okonkwo.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
On the ground, it's the rookie from Tennessee. And it's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on 1st down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Jackson now. Got his man, Okonkwo. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. Now it's Jackson. Wright's got it. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. They'll run for the first time here with Matt Breida. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. To throw is Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. This will be caught at about the 5. And the Chargers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
That's a good effort there after the catch. He looked the ball in and then tried to get it to the goal line. What a nice tackle to get him down. But they're set up well now. 1st and goal at the 1.
1st and goal and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Got to give a lot of credit to the defensive front there. They held their ground, pretty much stoned them on that play, and ended up creating a lost yardage play.
Yeah, drop him from the 1 back to the 2. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Darius Slayton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. So the touchdown there, and that play, the tap pass, so simple, Charles, on the face of it, but what makes it so difficult for defenses to stop?
I think it's the precision and the quickness in which the play occurs, because the snap gets to the quarterback. He's essentially playing volleyball with it, just immediately just shoveling it forward. And when that receiver's at a full head of steam, if you don't take the edge away, he's got a chance to get to the corner and get upfield. But if you take the edge away, that's your chance to disrupt that play.
And no disruption there, that's for sure, as it winds up 6 points. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd and 5. Now Levis. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That goes for 14 yards, 1st down Cardinals.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Levis sets up to throw here. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a Charger TD. But Charles, he was looking for just a short throw, kept it in range for the rare linebacker pick-6.
And give him full credit for his focus. He just kept the quarterback in his sights, and where he was looking to throw, he positioned himself perfectly to be there for the interception. He made the play of the game for his defense right there.
Sanders on for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Levis. And this is incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Levis looking to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Levis, he's going to audible to something else. Back to throw now on 1st down. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They run it again with Cook. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That goes for 14 yards. 1st down, Cardinals.
Good looking run there by Cook as he picks up the 1st down. And he's established himself now as one of the best backs in the NFL, finishing in the top 5 in rushing last year for the first time in his career.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the 2nd quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
So after some runs, now they'll throw with Levis. He'll buy some time right. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Jordan Addison, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from evening this one up. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Charger drive about to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now Jackson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Here's Jackson. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're going to try and throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Left side, Cook. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Back to throw, it's Levis. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. 19 yards the pickup there, move the chains.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up for the 1st and 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. In motion, the tight end. Here's Levis. And complete, right side to Cook. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. In motion goes the tight end. One final shot before the half. Here's Levis. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cards have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Lutz with the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Chargers 14.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Now it's Jackson.
Throw right side here going to be incomplete.
He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And it'll bring up third down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Throwing is Jackson. And this pass broken up.
And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
Fourth down, here's Jackson.
This pass deep for Okonkwo.
That is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Getting the ball is Cook, running left.
He fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll be close to a first down at the Chargers' 18-yard line.
42 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Man, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They need 2. Here's third down.
Levis back to throw. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Here's Jackson to throw. That is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Second and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And going deep for Hill. It's caught at the 10. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Tyreek Hill with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others. And the Chargers are an extra point away from drawing level. Sanders now to add the extra point. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They'll need to regroup after the costly interception last time. It led to a tying touchdown. 21 all is where we stand, and they've got it first and 10. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and here he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Levis to throw it. Right back to Cook for another completion. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Throwing again on second down. Levis steps away to his left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Working from the gun. Here's Levis. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. They'll set up to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 17-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Levis looking to move him around a bit. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. The slot man in motion right. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Levis flush to his right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And Levis tosses his 3rd interception of the game. And the Chargers are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Charger drive about to get going. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the 4th quarter. After the interception, here's Jackson. That's complete downfield to Okonkwo. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 23 yards on the play. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. To the sideline, wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. 2nd down and 8. From the gun, it's Jackson. Complete to running. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll leave him with a third and just a yard.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. That's out wide here for Robinson. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 40. They only needed 1 yard on third down. They get 10 instead by going to the air.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
On first down, here's Breida. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. Jackson. Complete, it's Dodson. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. George Karlaftis, the man to bring him down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And Brown's got it. Touchdown, Chargers. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. Sanders on for the extra point. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, This offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here.
16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Levis. Setting up the screen for Cook. Well, first down screen pass, good for 5. Here comes 2nd down and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and
And Levis going to change the play.
9-yard line.
2nd and 5. Buying time to his left. And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. What a way to wrap up the week. Now a big play. It's 3rd down. Now Levis. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Give the sack to Jerome Baker.
Well, someone is certainly having a big game, and while that sack doesn't quite have the splash of his pick six from earlier, you know he's thrilled to be making big plays during a great individual effort today.
Oh, they're changing this at the line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Here we go. This is 4th down. How about this? They'll change it at the line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Gotta avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long. An audible here to get a new look. Desperation time now. Here's Levis. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it looks like the Chargers are going to win this thing. We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Out of the gun. Here's a give to right.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So, for the Chargers, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.